Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are going to be reviewing the Flowmaster Outlaws here, the loudest but legal exhaust that you can put on your vehicle. Welcome to the channel, everyone, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Flowmaster Outlaw exhaust on my 2007 700 horsepower GT500. Alright, so to go over my entire exhaust setup as it currently sits in the car, we have Cook's long tubes headers up front. They go to a 3-inch collector, and from there we have the Cook's catted X pipe that then flows back, that goes to a 2.5-inch factory mid pipe that goes up and over the axles to the Flowmaster Outlaws with their 4-inch chrome tip. So as you just saw, this car sounds absolutely insane now. Before it was pretty loud, but now it's just ridiculous, and I absolutely love it. I was looking for something to wake the car up because I kind of grown used to the sound, and I wanted to add something new that would just really enhance it and let people know this car is not to be messed around with. So, the pros to this exhaust. First, we have, it is louder. Like, no matter which way you cut it, this thing is straight up loud. Second, it is probably the cheapest exhaust that you can get that's not straight pipes, has a muffler, and is not the Corsair Extremes. That brings me to the next pro, which is price point. These come in at $430 new, which compared to the Corsair Extremes, which crank in at $750, $800, depending on how you're looking at it, I think that's a pretty huge price difference. And I pretty much just wanted the loud, but not wanted it to sound terrible. The next thing that is a pro, in my opinion, is what I was really looking for. At idle, this car with the previous exhaust setup had almost no sound. It was present, but it was very quiet, and it also did not come up on camera at all. So at idle especially, this lets out the growl that I feel like was just straight up missing from the previous exhaust setup. And as you can see here, when you're just slowly moving around, it sounds amazing. And then lastly, even though you are getting an exhaust that is less expensive compared to the Corsair Extremes, you're still getting a quality brand. Flowmaster is a well-known brand. They've been around for many years. So I felt confident in placing my trust in the Flowmasters to not make the car sound like a rice rocket pretty much. Now, where they also differ, and this is the only real big con, is that they do drone. Granted, it's something that I feel like you can definitely get used to. It is not the worst drone in the world by any means. I had the pipes running just under the axle for a while because my original mufflers had a crack in them and I took them off, and that was by far worse. So straight piped is the worst you can possibly get drone-wise. However, these are a runner-up, but even once you get everything settled down and everything, it's really not that bad. So as you can hear, it has a pretty nice bass growl to it right now. That being said, once it settles down a bit after its cold start, it still sounds pretty good, but it does lose a little bit of that. This is a Ford mod motor. So I think my original complaint when I got this exhaust was my expectations more than what the exhaust did. So my favorite sound, I'm not gonna lie, straight up, I really like the way that the LS motors sound. And I know, Shelby, Ford, not Chevy, but the LS motors have an idle that is just, in my opinion, perfect. And my issue is I was looking for that sound to come out of this car, and this car has a sound that's unique all in of itself, and it sounds great. I'm not saying it doesn't sound good at all. However, my expectations were messed up, so when I heard it at first, it wasn't what I thought it was going to sound like, and I think that's where it kind of threw a negative vibe when I was originally talking about this shortly after I'd installed them in my last video of this car. So after giving it some time and driving around with it for about a month now, I really like the sound, and everybody that I've talked to likes the sound. It's loud, obnoxious, which is awesome because it's Shelby GT500. It's red, black stripes. Like, this thing is supposed to be loud and obnoxious. It's not supposed to be something that's like hidden in a corner and just absolutely silent. So all in all, would I do it again? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. I definitely like the way this turned out. I think in the future I will upgrade to Corsa Extremes, but for right now, for the cost and the price point that these mufflers are at, especially because I was able to get them on such a good deal off Marketplace, I think it was totally worth it. This car sounds great. I like the way it sounds, at least that's what matters. And yeah, so I wanted to give you guys an update on this whole exhaust ordeal to like let you know like what I thought about it a couple weeks after buying it. Was it worth it? Is it not worth it? The pros, cons, and then hopefully I covered everything in this video, as well as give you guys an opportunity to hear it at different RPMs inside the car. I don't have many clips outside the car because it's very difficult to get a outside run in and then come back to the same place to pick up the camera, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So anyway, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing for more. I have a couple cool videos planned for this car, as well as by all means check out the other videos on the channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next one. Alrighty, boys. Hell yeah. I love actually being able to hear it